So, welcome to another episode of Autonomous Birth. Today, we are joined by Me Time Mama. I follow her on Instagram. I think some the one of my old bosses or something reposted her, and I was like, "Oh, she now she looks cool. I mean, you do, but what she represents looks cool." So I reached out to her. So that is my introduction. If you can introduce yourself, tell the listeners your name, of course, a little bit about yourself, and a fun fact
Sure.
outside of motherhood.
Okay. My name is Tati, also known as the Meantime Mama. Currently, I am a wife, a mom, a entrepreneur, postpartum doula. So I am kind of doing all the things right now. Um, and an interesting fact, my goal for this year is to read 45 books. I am at 30, I believe. So I'm close. I'm
You right
so
there.
close. I'm so close. So I'm gonna need some short stories to kind of pick this up
Not sure.
because I don't know if I can really do 45 this year. It
I
sounded
was.
real good.
You can do anything you put your mind to. You know that. That's one. And two, I was being a creep because I have to be a creep sometimes when it comes to looking at the guests or whatever. And I saw that you're a book lover, and I was like, oh, super cool. I love me a good book, girl. It's just like escaping from reality, and
No, truly,
yeah,
truly.
because get me out of this world and tell me what's going on in yours.
Okay. Make it sound good. Put some extra words
um,
in there.
I was like, oh, that's a new word. People like, oh, you read a lot. You must know things. I'm like, sure, but also sometimes you do come across a new word. And you guys figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay, so we're gonna start from the very top. How did you
Okay.
feel when you found out you were pregnant with your first child?
Oh, wait. I was scared. I was nervous. Um, a little like, dang God, you got me. Because
Okay.
I feel like I thought I had this like invincible, like, no, I can't get pregnant. No, I can keep having sex unprotected. I'm not gonna get pregnant. No. And
Mhm.
then that happened. I said, whoa, hold on. Hold on. This it. This this it.
Mhm.
This little stick just gonna change my life. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Um, and then I don't know, I think you just go through all the emotions all at once. And it's like, how do you tell your partner? Like, what is their reaction gonna be? And it's especially just like the timing of when I got pregnant. We were on like what I call an adult gap year. Like we were in
Mhm.
a new state. We had just left our home maybe a month before that. So I was in a completely new space, very vulnerable. And to find out I was pregnant, it was really like, whoa, okay, hold on. This was not in our cards right now. Like,
Mhm.
had we discussed it? Yes, but the reality of it, yeah, that wasn't in my plans at that particular moment.
Yeah.
So it definitely was like, wow, oh, okay, this is it. Okay, okay, I'm an adult now for real, 'cause yikes. That's what it felt like.
I'm like, I have to grow up. I got 9 months to do it.
Yeah,
Barely.
literally, because what? Like, it just made everything after that seem like, dang, okay, it's time to get to real business now.
Mhm.
I gotta stop playing around, or I don't know, I feel like just from that moment, everything you physically do also is like, you just think about, like, okay, how is this affecting the little one that's growing in me? Because, dang, like, I've always taken, especially like the last 6 or 7 years, I've taken really good care of myself, like physically, mentally, emotionally, but definitely physically. So it's like, okay, I need to make sure I can, keep working out 4 to 5 days a week. I need to make sure I keep movement. Like, I don't
Mhm.
want to I was just thinking, like, I don't want to get out of shape having a kid. Like, I got in shape so that when this time comes, I'll be
Yeah.
cool.
Did you maintain working out 4 times a week while you was pregnant?
I did not, only because I was very, very sick when I was pregnant
Mm.
too. I had hyperemesis, very bad. Um, so yeah, it the
Mhm.
cute workout I thought I was gonna be doing,
Did you have a very
no,
valid reason?
No, ma'am.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Did your
Yeah.
doctors like provide any, I don't know, coping is the word, any solutions and things like that?
My first pregnancy, I was able to maintain like just symptoms of just keeping food down. Pretty okay with taking the pills that I can't remember what they were called. But it was a medication that would just basically help me feel okay enough to eat, and keep food down. There would be some days where even that wasn't enough, so I did a
Mhm.
lot of just resting, which also was cool because I was in California, so it's like this is the perfect place to rest. If I'm gonna
Mhm.
rest, I I mean, yeah, this is
Yeah.
a good place to do that. So while I did like just feel a little like grief from not having the pregnancy I intended, I was also just like, okay, this is a better situation than most people, so
Mhm.
let me just be okay with it. And with my second child, that hyperemesis came back so strong, with a vengeance. Like I thought my body was trying to kill me. Like
Mhm.
seriously. I had to get IV 3 times a week,
Wow.
and that was still not enough. Even with that and medications, I was still like very weak, very prone to just at any given moment,
Mhm.
whatever I ate or didn't eat was going to come up. Um, and then also just thinking like I was pregnant, but also had a 1 year old or a baby that was barely one or just turning one. Um, so it was just a lot of like, dang, I'm still going through my first postpartum.
Mhm.
I'm pregnant again and I'm sick. This is a lot. Um, and I think that's when it really clicked. Like, yeah, I don't know about this. I don't know if this was really a good idea. Like, the
Mhm.
second was more planned, but I guess I was just so optimistic that I wouldn't be sick again. And it was like 10 times worse. And I was like, dang, I really just did myself in because why would I do this? Like,
Optimism.
who told me that 2 under 2 was a good idea? I'm still trying to figure that one out because what?
It is I feel like yes. But also I feel like no matter the age gap, there's gonna be something with it.
That's true. That's
But
very valid.
to do that while to have a less than 1 year old while you're pregnant with HG, that's some stuff. So
It, mm,
yeah.
yeah, wouldn't recommend. I had to join like a support group on Facebook because I was like, there's no way that like people are just living through this and like they're
Mhm.
okay because I had so many thoughts of like, should I just end this pregnancy? Should I end myself? Like,
Yeah.
it was just so many thoughts of like, this is just maybe this was karma for something, or this was just really bad timing. Maybe I should have waited longer, or maybe I was being selfish for thinking like, okay, let's expand our family, but not thinking about just the ramifications of it. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not able to pick up my daughter. I'm not able to get through a full day without throwing up. I'm not able to get out of bed on my own some days, like really having to rely on my village.
Mhm.
And it's like, dang, I'm really pushing it to the max. And I'm only, what, I think I was like 3 months in. And when I finally was like, yeah, I'm my second pregnant, I was like 3 months in. I was like, okay, I can't do this. And that's when I went to the doctor, like, I think third time. And I'm like, okay, we have to figure out a new plan because just waiting to see and taking the
Mhm.
medication and going to the ER, sitting there all day, that's not working. Um, and that's when she told me we could do the IV, and I'm like, okay, cool. That sound like a plan. But I didn't realize how much time that would take out of my life. Like
Mm.
I was literally there 2 hours
Wow.
every time. Yeah, because it comes out to about 2 hours where, you get your check-in, take your vitals, all that. The actual IV is an hour, so add in a
Yeah.
couple bathroom breaks, a snack. Look, it's about 2 hours. And it got to the point where I'm like, I'm here more than anywhere else.
Mhm.
I don't know if I like that. Like, this is cool. I'm glad that this is available to me because, I mean, it could be worse. But it's like, dang, this is a job at this point. I'm clocking in
Yeah.
here more than I'm clocking in at work, literally. Like, I had to cut down hours because I was like, y'all, I'm so tired. I'm so fatigued. I can't even work
Mhm.
my 12 hours a week. I can't do it. I'm tired and I'm only 4 months pregnant. And it really didn't get any better throughout my pregnancy. So it's just like, dang, this is not the pregnancy I was looking forward to,
Yeah.
or not what I envisioned at all. But here we are.
That's a lot, girl. Um. So with both of those experiences, I mean, I guess one at a time. What did the pregnancy teach you about yourself and the people around you?
My first one taught me just how much my body could do. Um, Really just seeing just how far you expand. And I think physically it shocked me the most. And I think my second pregnancy gave me more mental and emotional battles.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, because I think at that point I was over the physical part. Like, okay, yeah, I already know
Yeah.
what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna get big, cool. But I think it definitely took a lot more of emotional and a mental toll on me that second time. And it
Mm.
really just taught me that, like, I, this sounds terrible, but you really, it's like no matter who or what you think your village is, I feel like at the end of the day, like, everybody has life going on. So you can't
Mhm.
expect people to just pause because you're having a tough time or because you're having trouble adjusting. Um, because then it's like, well, you decided to get pregnant. And it's like, dang,
Yeah.
whoop-de-doo. Like, I did, but
Girl.
I, I didn't
No, it's
know that,
valid.
like, I
Yeah.
didn't know this was gonna happen. Like, I didn't know I was gonna stretch myself this thin. You just start to realize, like, look, we all gotta make our decisions, and hey,
Mhm.
all right, I gotta lay in his bed. That's cool.
Yeah. But also, like, you ain't know you was about to have HJ. You ain't know that. I mean, the
I
second
didn't
time you
think it
could
would
have
do it
known,
that bad.
but
But no, I ain't know
it
it would be
doesn't.
like
You don't.
that.
You don't know what's gonna happen each time.
Exactly. I was just like, no, it's gonna be cool. This gonna be a breeze.
Mhm. I gotta rewind too because you mentioned finding a support group on Facebook. Do you feel like that helped finding people who could relate to you?
Oh, for sure, because it made me think that I wasn't just like crazy for thinking the things that I was thinking.
Mhm.
Um, because I just know there are just so many people in the world that want children, and it's like I also want them, but it's hard for me to carry them. Like,
Mhm.
it it almost feel like it's a punishment for me to carry kids. Um, so it helps just having people that can really validate what you're feeling, and you're not just seriously alone in this. And especially I feel like just because of how uncommon it is. I think it only affects like 2% of pregnancies. So it's like the chance of you actually knowing somebody that's had it, pretty
Mhm.
slim. And even slimmer for them to, same background as you, same,
Right.
lifestyle as you. So it's like at least that brought me the community that, okay, this is a real thing. I'm
Mhm.
not just I'm not just faking these body reactions. Like,
Yeah.
no, you really do throw up till, there's nothing to throw up and then you keep throwing up. It's like I never physically been sick like that until pregnancy. So it was like I didn't know what was going on. So I'm like, no, I have to find out. I have to find out. There
Yeah.
gotta be a group of people that know what this is and know some other options. Because look, ain't no, it's not enough people talking about it for me because
Yeah.
I feel like this needs to be talked about before you even think about having kids.
Yeah.
This may happen. This is a very slim chance, but it'll probably change some people's minds or at least delay them until, they
Yeah.
are just in a better just state to handle it because oh my goodness. Oh my
Because like you
goodness.
said, it had you in the bed, had you missing work, and like for some people that's feasible. For other people, that's gonna
Most
uproot their
people
whole life.
not.
Yeah.
No, for real. It would be women saying how they're getting laid off from their job because
Mhm.
they literally cannot make it out of bed. And I would just be like, damn, like that sucks. Like you getting fired and you are fighting for your life. You're fighting
Mhm.
for your baby and you are getting fired. And now you have another stress of thinking,
You got it.
how am I gonna support this baby that I'm
That should be like disability, and I don't like to call it a disability, but you know how like you get a check because you can't work
yeah,
type thing.
yeah,
That should be
yeah.
like
And
that.
it's I feel like because it's not a widely known thing, it's hard to get that. It's hard to
Mhm.
get that disability for it. It's like by the time you get done fighting, your pregnancy over.
Yeah.
And now they looking at you like, ain't nothing wrong with you. But yeah,
Actually,
now.
right. It's not as funny you say that, but when I was pregnant with my first child, one of my coworkers was pregnant as well. We weren't close at the time, but
Mhm.
when she was pregnant, she used to miss a lot of work, and everybody would be talking about why she was missing work. And I was just like, she's pregnant. Something's probably going on. Then we got closer, and she had HG. And she was
Mm.
like, I was sick all the time. I was like, oh yeah, yeah, I wouldn't be coming to work either. Like, she would work from home so she could puke in peace. Like,
Because mm-mm. It's
yeah.
it's just not comfortable to be working and no. I remember like this was probably I had probably just told my job about my second pregnancy. Um, because I just like for them to be aware, like
Hmm.
if I'm out, if I need to suddenly go to the bathroom or anything. And we were having a staff meeting, so all staff meeting, we have it like every few months or so. Um, and everybody was talking, and I had to just get up real quick. I go to the bathroom, doing what I doing what I do
Hmm.
in there, and I come back out. They were like, "That's what it sounds like. Like
They,
that is
why would
what's
you say
happened."
that?
And I was like, "Yeah," because they could just hear like how like
Oh,
volatile it was, and they were like,
hmm.
"Oh my God, like." You're not even showing yet. And if that's what you're experiencing, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, 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 yeah. So if I'm not here, trust me, I'm not at home having a vacation. I
Right,
am
right.
sick, holding on to the toilet. 'Cause what
Fighting for
else
my
was I gonna
life.
do? Literally fighting for my life.
Um, so with that, you know how they say like morning sickness is a thing. I mean, not is a thing. It is a thing. But
Mhm.
in those first few months or so, were they trying to figure out if it was morning sickness, or did they know? Oh no, this is HG for sure.
I feel like with my first one, it was more of a like question about it, but once it
Hmm.
prolonged past that like first trimester, they were like, nah, this is something else. And that's when I got the
Hmm.
diagnosis for it. So with my second, it was probably I I think probably 2 days before I took a test, I started having symptoms. I was like, I ain't even gotta take it. I know what this is. And and I came to my doctor like, hey, this is what I have. This is what we need to do. These are the steps we're gonna
Hmm.
take because
Okay,
I don't really
preparation.
have time. I don't have time to be
Hmm.
trying to figure out the guesswork. But we went through our list of this is what we'll do when this and we hit that third thing. I said, yeah, we
Hmm.
gotta do something because the next thing is ejection because I can't do this.
Yeah,
I can't do this. Like I don't want to feel this way while trying to bring another
yeah,
life into the world.
and care for another one.
Right. Ooh, child.
Okay, sorry. I know I feel like I lingered on that for a nice long time, but like you
Mm,
said,
no, you're good.
we don't talk about it too much.
No, you're
Um,
good.
okay. So this is a very random, fun question. What was the wildest thing you cried about during pregnancy? I
I
don't know if
said
that is a face because you
embarrassing.
don't remember or you're scared to say it.
No, it's embarrassing because it's so silly. So I can definitely remember this is from my first pregnancy. My husband and I were on our way to Popeyes because I wanted Popeyes. It's late night. It's probably like 9:30. They close at 10. So you already know it. It's busting in there. It's too many people. So he get in there, he go order. I was like, okay, I want chicken and I want mashed potatoes. You know, okay, cool. I'm watching him from the car. So I see him go in, order, and I'm like, oh, I hope he come back out because I want to add something to my order. So he come out, he like, yeah, the food almost done. I'm like, I'm so sorry, but and I just started crying. He like, he said, what's wrong? I was like, can you order me some fries for the ride home? Because I don't want to wait to get home. I want some fries right now. I want fries. He said, you know you got potato. I know, but I want fries right now. And I
Mm-hmm.
just
You probably let me
crying.
get her a
Like,
large fry. She's okay.
that is so embarrassing. Because what?
Is it though? Food will
It
do
is.
that to you,
Like the
especially when you
fact that
like
it was,
have a craving.
I'm like,
I,
it's the same potatoes, but to a
it's
pregnant
not though.
mama,
It's not. The French fries have a different type of season on them, and they're fried. The mashed potatoes, they usually put the gravy on them, and it's just mush. You're talking to the wrong person because I'm going to enable you and tell you that it was very valid. Because I'm hungry now. I'm not about to eat
oh
mashed
my
potatoes and chicken in
God,
the car, so give me the French fries.
give me the fries. But oh my God,
He probably like,
it,
let me leave and go get these damn fries.
he said, "You really want fries?" No, I really want the fries. And it was terrible. It was terrible.
Thank you for sharing that. Okay. And did you do anything during the course of your pregnancies to help prepare you for motherhood or like postpartum, either or?
Um, I would say the first thing I did with my second pregnancy is I found a therapist, a new therapist to start right after I had my baby.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that was so, so important to me. Um, I feel like had I did more preparation for postpartum with my first, I probably wouldn't have suffered as much as I did.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and just as most people, like I was more thinking about like getting things prepared for the baby, and not preparing anything for myself, honestly. Um, and we were also like in the midst of moving back across country, so I felt like I just was more so thinking about the baby, not really about myself.
Mm-hmm.
It was just so many other things to, I guess, come about. Like I was about to be a new wife, I was now a homeowner, now I'm a mother. Like these things all literally happened within months of each other. So I think I didn't really prepare myself for the postpartum period and for just what all motherhood would really bring.
Mm-hmm.
And especially considering like I had my daughter in November. She was supposed to be here in December, but she came early November. So also thinking I'm in Chicago, so you really have to prepare for winter time. And I've always known like I get seasonal depression, but just with all the other things going on, I didn't
Mm.
even consider that at all. Like,
Yeah.
and if I would have thought about that, I probably would have, I don't know, pushed my pregnancy back a few months or early a few months because having a baby in wintertime Chicago,
Yeah.
your first baby, it's a different type of cluster because why
Mm-hmm.
would you do that? Why would you do that? And that's why it was so important for me with my second. I got back into therapy right away. I think the day I was discharged from the hospital, I had my intake meeting with the therapist because I was like, no, this is something I really have to take hold on and really put my mental health first this time.
Mhm.
And just learning from my first postpartum, I think was just very necessary. Um, and more so creating the village instead of just thinking it would be the people closest to me or
Right.
people closest to my husband. I think I definitely fell into that trap the first time. But
Mhm.
the second time, I've been more just my village is whoever steps in when I need them. My local gym, they have childcare. That's part of my
Mhm.
village so that I can go work out. And I've only been there for about a month, but they have been like so welcoming and so supportive to just me and my family. And it's like they know, like, okay, Tati's here. She came to work out, so we got to make sure the kids are comfortable in the childcare so that she can go have her me time. Like
Mhm.
they literally know that is what I'm doing. They know if okay, they didn't act right, cool. She gonna come back without the kids later that day, or we'll see her the next day at 5 a.m. because she's not playing.
Yeah.
And I think really preparing for my second child was more so preparing for how I would handle, how I would now live with two kids under two, and what that really means for me as not just a mom, but as a woman.
Mhm.
And I think I was finally able to break out of, okay, I'm not just a mom. That second child did it for me. Like
Yeah.
I can't just be a mom. No, we can't just do that.
True.
I have other things to do. I have other things I want
Mhm.
to do. I want my kids to see me as more than a mom. Because honestly, I think I was in my late 20s till I realized my mama had a life outside of me.
Yeah.
She had a whole life that was nothing to do with me. And it's like, dang, how crazy is I never really saw that or really took that in as a child or as a young adult.
Mhm.
I feel like just doing what I do now is like it's helping my girls see me in a different light that I'm not just a mama. I am okay. Ask the streets about me, okay?
Ain't no like no. You meant it. You meant
Ask the streets about
it.
me, okay?
But no, and then
Hey,
it's great because they know to prioritize themselves as well.
no, seriously, like it has been such a game changer for me to really just take control and really go against the grain.
Mhm.
I feel like I've been blessed to be able to do the things that I do. So it's like I'm taking full advantage and really trying to just switch the narrative, change the narrative around. Like, and I know it comes with some like pushback. It comes with some like sometimes I feel guilty for doing the
Mhm.
things I do because I might have to leave my kids to go do X, Y, and Z. But it's like if I have to leave them for 2 hours and I come back a better person in a better
Exactly.
mood, I come back recharged. I got energy. I have patience. I might have had a little drink or something. Hey, if that's what I needed to come back and to be whole again for them,
Mhm.
then that's what I got to do.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just so not the norm. We're so used to just draining ourselves and then wondering why we so frustrated, so flustered, so just irritated. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you don't have a break. You don't give yourself time to just be you. You don't have hobbies. Like I never wanted to be the mom that waited till like my kids went off to college to,
Yeah.
oh, I'm finna start back knitting or I'm finna start doing this again. I never stopped. The show kept going. Like I might have
Mhm.
seasons where I can't do as much, but I will never stop doing just me
Yeah.
because I want them to really see like my mama can go out, my mama can stay in. I'm very introverted, very bookworm to myself.
Mhm.
So yeah, I might skip going out with my friends to just stay home, do my nails, read a book. And
Yeah.
that's okay. I want them to see like, no, that's okay. Have that versatility. Do what you want. Build your business. You can do all these things and still be a mom, still spend quality time with your kids. It's possible. It's
Mhm.
hard as hell. It's not something like that America is really setting us up for, but
Mhm.
we can do it. It's just It's gonna take some time, y'all. It's gonna take some time.
Yeah.
It's gonna take some time.
America is not here for it. And I feel like even the narrative of, this might be a jump, but it's not also. I feel like even the narrative of like, when your husband has the kids, oh, he watching the kids. No, he's not watching them because they're his kids. They're at home with their dad. Like,
He's parenting
right. So even that small as, I mean, I don't want to say small, but like, it's like, oh, you outside. Where are your kids?
in my pocket.
Like they're safe and cared for,
Oh,
and
they're
I'm out here
parking
having
the
fun.
car.
Can you
Like, what do
imagine?
you want me to say?
I'm going to say that to somebody one day. Thank you for that.
They're
I'm
parking
using
the
that.
car because where would they be if I'm outside? Where
I'm
would my
like, oh, I
kids
left
be?
a bit of call this time, but what's up? What are we doing today? But that question grinds my gears. Obviously, like some people asking because they just want to see the kids, but other people are like, "What you doing out here without your kids? Living my life. Leave me alone."
Like, oh, God
Sorry,
forbid.
tangent.
God forbid. I need
Yeah.
a day off, a couple hours off, because when is it really a day off? If unless I'm leaving the city.
Even then, I feel like yes, we will physically get a day off, but that mind is still at some point like, are they safe? What they doing? Do I need to do
Mm-hmm.
this for them? Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's not just what's it called when you get on the thing?
Do not disturb.
No, girl, I don't know where my brain is going. Oh, soapbox. That was my soapbox moment.
Oh,
Oh my
okay.
god,
Okay.
I know that was not what you expected me to say. But I told you the things that leave me sometimes. All right,
Mhm.
so if you could tell me your birth story, um,
Birth for my first one. Um, she was due December 3rd. I had her November 6th. Um, what happened? I got into like a very small fender bender like the Thursday before I had her. And I was okay. I felt okay. But then that following Sunday, um, I realized like I had been leaking fluid. And at first I'm like, maybe I'm just like peeing my pants. I don't know. Like I never had a baby, so I didn't
hmm
know what was happening. So I'm like, I don't know. I think I'm just peeing my pants. I reached out to my doctor. He's like, no, come in and get checked. So I go get checked. They're like, oh yeah, your sac ruptured, so you have to have the baby either today or tomorrow. I said, huh? I don't even have a phone charger in my bag. I can't have a baby. Can I go home and like pack a bag? Like, it's like, no, unfortunately, we have to admit you now. You can call somebody to bring you your stuff. I said, sir, I'm supposed to have my appointment, like my 36 weeks. It's tomorrow. What? I can't have a baby today. What they gonna do
you're
about my
like,
appointment?
girl, you're like, wrap your head
And I
around
was
it.
probably, he was probably so like irritated, but I was so confused. Like, but she 4 weeks early. Like, I can't have a baby. Like, I ain't got no crib set up. I just got the car seat. I can't have no baby
Mhm.
today. I got to do my laundry tomorrow. Like, I was trying to think of every reason to not have this baby. And I know they probably thought I was joking, but I was so serious. That's what. So, they get me admitted. They checked me. I think I was probably like 2 centimeters by that point. And I was cool. I asked for it. At some point, I wasn't cool. At some point, I started to black out.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, it's the contractions getting real now. Okay. Um, and at some point, I remember asking for a epidural. They're like, okay, we're gonna wait until whatever the other thing I think it's Pitocin. I think they were saying like when a Pitocin is done, do you have epidural or it was something they were saying like that. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, just give me the drugs because I need the drugs. And long story short, I never got the epidural
Oh,
because
that's great.
she, I don't know how great that is because
I,
that hurt.
I
That
didn't see that
that
coming.
hurt.
Oh
never got a
my.
chance to get it because she decided like, hey, I'm here.
Mhm.
And I was trying to bounce on the ball majority of the time I was there because it was the only thing that was like comfortable. Like laying down just wasn't it. And I guess because I was bouncing maybe, I don't know, too hard or not too hard, but I was aggressive with it, just
Mhm.
trying to get that pain away. She was actually like basically coming out. So they were like, hey, we can't get a reading on the baby. Like, can you lay on the bed real quick? I'm like, okay. So I'm gonna lay on the bed, and the doctor, he looks, he's like, oh shit. He put his hand like right there. He's like, please, just don't push. I'm like, you know that means I'm gonna push, right? Like, why are you telling me
Mhm.
not to push? That I'm gonna want to push now. So what's going on? He's like, yeah, her head is right there. I was like, oh, okay, so we're about there then. He's like, yeah, let me put some gloves on. Like everybody's scrambling around. He yelling at the nurses because he don't understand how the fuck I got from 2 to 10 in a couple hours. Like,
Mhm.
and nobody realized. He's like, what the fuck was y'all doing? So
They had a
I
long
was
talking
so
to after the baby came.
oh, I know they did. Like I know they did. They were scrambling. And literally probably 2 pushes, she was out.
Mhm.
Very, I was like, okay, okay, she's here. Cool. Now what? Like, what do we do now? And I think I was so just, of course, just body going into shock and just a little overwhelmed. I think I didn't know what to expect being in the hospital, like how noisy it would be, how interruptive, and them pushing on your stomach. They
Mhm.
need to just take that part out because that right there would make you want to smack a nurse. Like, why are you pushing on my stomach? I just had a baby. Can we not do
Mhm.
this? Um, and just that feeling of like, like not like you definitely need an advocate to be in that room with you because I feel like otherwise they just do and say whatever, and because you're so out of it,
Mhm.
you can't even like respond or understand what they're saying. It's like you definitely need somebody with you 24 hours while you're in that hospital, like, and somebody that is on point because otherwise they just gonna try to do what they want. They'll. And
Mhm.
I've had to learn like, yeah, they are there for their money. At the end of the day, they are trying to make a quick buck. So whatever they can do to get you billed, that's what they're
Yeah.
gonna do. And then going home because we just weren't as prepared, it was very shocking. We were actually in this room. This is our guest bedroom. And we were doing construction with my first daughter to get our basement done. So everything was just everywhere. We had just moved back. Um, it was just a lot of chaos. So coming
Mhm.
home definitely was like, yikes. I'm not ready for this. Like, and I have to really take care of a baby and I have to really keep this little thing alive. Um, and I would definitely say one of the things I wish like I didn't focus on as much, like even though I know it's so valuable, is breastfeeding, but just how big of a toll on your body, on your mental,
Mhm.
just everything breastfeeding is. Like if you don't have somebody cooking your meals 24/7, it's so hard to keep up with just eating for breastfeeding. If you don't have somebody there bringing you water, it's hard to remember to drink the water, like to keep the supply going. So it's like a
Mhm.
constant, like, oh, if you sleep too long, now your breasts are overfilled. Or if you skip the baby's feeding time, now they all off track. Now your whole day
Mhm.
is discombobulated. So my first postpartum definitely was just it was rough. Definitely,
Mhm.
it was just rough. It was just so much going on at once. I feel like I didn't have a chance to really, like if you are I'm just trying to think like if you're like rock climbing, And like before you move up to the next one, you really got to have yourself like settled. And I felt like I just kept trying to move up, but I was never
Mhm.
settled in any one area. Like I just became a wife, just moved cross country. I was now basically, grandfathered into a home. So it's like, dang, this is a lot of change. It's a lot happening and it's a lot to deal with.
Mhm.
Um, and I think that first one just it was just too much at once. I can definitely say like looking back, it was just a lot of life changes at once. And I just didn't have any time to adapt to any of them before the next one kind of hit. Um,
A feel good question, kinda. So, well, it could be a feel good, it could not be a feel good. What did you feel the first time that you saw your baby?
oh, I felt happy, like she made it. She
Mhm.
made it here. I just felt that release of like, okay, she's good. She's healthy. Cool. Okay, she's a real thing. Okay, cool.
Okay, proceed. What's your second?
Um, and my second birth, totally different experience. Um, leading up to my birth, I had already like picked out the hospital I wanted, and it's like, okay, cool. And I don't know like why, but well, this is God. I know why. Probably about 3, 4 weeks before my due date, I was talking to my friend. She's a postpartum doula, nanny, newborn care specialist. She's all of those. I was talking to her and I was like, man, I think I want to have a birthing center. And we were scrambling to try to find a place that would take me. Of course, most places were either booked or could not just accept like such a late accommodation. And I was just kind of like, dang, I feel so defeated. Like I just wanted to switch things up last minute. And of course, it's just not gonna go as planned. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just go to my planned hospital. It's a very
Mhm.
nice hospital. Cool. I'm just gonna go with it. Um, and
Not to laugh. I'm scared.
because I'm still trying to figure out how this happened. So my water broke the night. Basically, my water broke the day of my due date. Yeah, but it was heading into the next day.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, it's a little, it was literally like midnight. So I'm like, okay, my water just broke, cool. And I didn't experience that with my first one. So I'm like, okay, at least now I know that that is okay. That is what that
Mhm.
is. My water just broke, cool. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm just gonna relax because, they always tell you, like, just take your time, rest, like, don't rush to the hospital because you could just be sitting there or they'll, force other things on you. I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, I got time. Um, in the midst of this, my husband is calling a babysitter for our oldest daughter because she was just asleep in her room. Um, and I'm calling my mom, like, hey, my water just broke. She's like, okay, you need to go to the hospital right now. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I think I got time. Like, it's okay. I'm gonna take a shower. I just wanna, pack my bag.
Mhm.
Like, we're cool. Like, we'll probably go like at 6. I was thinking like, oh, we could drop my daughter off at daycare first, and then we go to the hospital. Like, I was trying to have a whole plan of
That was
when I was
ambitious,
gonna have a
babe.
baby. Very ambitious. So probably like an hour goes by, and we're still just waiting on our babysitter to come. She was about 45 minutes away, so
Mhm.
waiting on her to come. I'm still like, my mom's still calling me every 5 minutes, like, why are you not at the hospital? I'm like, well, I don't want to go by myself. I'm like, and you're at work, so
Mhm.
either you can come watch the baby while we leave. I'm like, I'm not going to the hospital by myself. Like, I'm just not doing that. No, thank you. Um, so about 2 a.m. Um, okay, our babysitter finally arrived. Everything cool. Almost still calling me like, why are you not at the hospital? I'm like, we are about to leave right now. I'm about to leave out the door right now. So I'm telling my husband, like, okay, grab the bags, put everything in the car. Um, and I was literally about to walk out the door, and I was like, ooh, I don't know, like. I feel like I might have her in the car. So I'm like, okay, let me go get a towel. Let me go get one of our, like big towels, because just in case it gets messy,
Mhm.
I can feel like she about to come. And I'm like, the hospital's about 15 minutes away. So, hey, anything can happen in 15 minutes. So I'll go back into the house. I'll go to the linen closet, grab a towel. And I'm about to walk out the door. And I was like, hey, we're not going to make it to the hospital. My husband was like, wait, what you mean? We not going to make it. And I just got down on all fours, like in my living room. And he was like, wait, you serious? I'm like, yeah, like this is happening. He went to the kitchen, tried to grab some gloves. He only got one glove on. And I pushed her out like two pushes. Again, like a quick two
Mhm.
pushes. She was here. And then and and my husband he was holding her, but I guess he forgot like she was still attached, so he was trying to like pull her closer. And I'm like, hey,
Mhm. Mhm.
pull that back, because I can feel that. He's like, oh my God, oh my goodness. Probably a couple minutes later, we call the ambulance. They're like, 911, what's your emergency? I'm like, oh, I just had a baby. They're like, what? Like, wait, what? I'm like, oh, I just had a
Elaborate.
baby in my house. They're like, wait, you're so calm. Well, I mean, she's here now. The hard part was over. I don't, what y'all want
Mhm.
me to do? Scream? Like, she's here now. Um, and when they got there, they were like, wow, you guys really delivered your own baby. I was like, yeah, that was not our plan at all, but that was just how it happened. Like, it was so peaceful. It was so quiet. Like, there was no chaos. It was
Mhm.
us, our cousin, and sitting and our cousin, she was literally sitting on the couch, like just watching this all happen.
Did your mother
I
say I
said,
told your ass to go to the hospital?
of course she did when she got to the house. I said, girl, mind your business. This is my baby, okay? I'm like, she's healthy, she's fine.
She's amazing.
Need us at the hospital. What are you gonna do? Whoop me? Like, I didn't listen. Whoop de do. What is this anything new? Like, I've been a rebel. I've been doing my own thing. Um, and she will not let me live that down.
Yeah,
So if
I
we ever have
wouldn't.
another one, I'm gonna go straight to the hospital because clearly I can't hold water.
So after that, were well,
Um,
it doesn't sound like you were scared when it was happening, or like nervous or anything.
no. I was I felt just like, honestly, I was grateful because I feel like I tried to make a new plan last minute and God was
Mhm.
just saying, just hold off, like, I got you. Um, and it was so just cool it's just us in our home,
Mhm.
like, no lights, nobody, I don't know, just hounding you. And um, it also just made me realize like how strong our bodies are. Like, it I don't think I realized, like, and I don't know, maybe because I was at home compared to like my first being in the hospital, like that pain is real, but it's also bearable. I mean,
Mhm.
maybe my pain tolerance is high, but it's like, yeah, you might have to like just hum for, a few minutes to
Yes.
get through it, but it's possible to do it without, any type of extra, like sometimes all you need is just a stress-free environment. Sometimes the environment creates the stress.
Right.
That's why these babies don't want to come out. I wouldn't want to come out and there's all these lights and cameras. I wouldn't want to come out there either.
Can you imagine? I'm in this nice, sweet little dark cocoon, and this bright
All
ass
these
light in my
bright
face as soon
lights.
as I come out, and all these
Oh,
people yapping. I'm like, put me back,
okay.
please.
I said, see, my child knew she wanted to come in the middle of the night. Everybody was asleep. The whole neighborhood was calm. She was the only chaos being brought in at that moment. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just such a calm and like, I don't know. Like I can't even describe the just euphoria. Literally, it was just chill. Like and
Mhm.
people ask like, how did we know what to do? Like I don't. The same way women knew what to do before hospitals came about.
Right.
You have it. I don't. It just it felt natural. It just
Mhm.
push. All I can do is push it because at this point, what else is there? I feel her
Yeah.
coming. I just have to push her out. I don't. That's all I got. Like,
Mhm.
and it's like, okay, somebody just gotta catch her. That's it.
Did your husband freak out?
No, he was calm.
Okay.
He was
Good.
calm. He was just like, okay, we got this.
Mhm.
Cool. We can do this. It was just, I don't know. Maybe because we were at home too, it's just something about being in your own space, like your own sense are comfortable, you know.
Mhm.
Um, and it's like, okay, I know my daughter is safe. Like, I didn't have to think of like, oh my God, what if she wakes up and we're not there? Like no, she is literally asleep in the other room while I
Mhm.
am having a baby. She's 10 feet away and she is knocked out. Like, what more could I really ask for at that point?
Yeah.
Everything's good.
So, how was your postpartum experience with your second child? How was your second child?
Um, she is one.
Okay. So, how is your postpartum
I
experience
can
with
say
your
I'm
second child?
still in it, still in it. It's definitely been a much better experience compared to my first. I have completely made sure that I am taking care of me.
Mhm.
And it started with just getting back into therapy. And then I think sometime last year I started my business back up. And then in January of this year is when like the Me Time Mama came about. And that was just me just not only showing other people, but showing myself that I can really dedicate time to myself
Mhm.
and be covered in all areas and really have the balance. And it's more about just not always doing all the things, but just showing consistency throughout the months of, yeah, there are some months that I do more of, I might do more things with my kids during February, but back in
Mhm.
March, oh, I'm back in the gym 4 days a week. Like it's all about just being able to bob back and forth and,
Yeah.
like I can really do all of these things and there's nothing stopping me but me. Um, and through this, I also just kind of came about into like, wow, I feel like I can make more of an impact by helping other moms through their postpartum. So that's when I got into the doula, um, got certified to be a postpartum doula. And that in itself, like the last few months, has been so rewarding for me and just my own healing because
Mhm.
it's really just helping me be close to those that just need the help, and it's so rewarding to see like other women say like, "Hey, I need the help," and I'm not ashamed of it. And I think I was so ashamed to ask for help in my first postpartum. Like
Yeah.
I thought I just had to figure it out, and I thought I had to just do it all. Um, and I'm just slowly learned this time, like, no, I
Yeah.
outsource everything. I get groceries delivered. I have my laundry picked up from my door. I I will Amazon anything. I've just learned, like, I just got a house cleaner last week. I've just
Mhm.
learned that to buy my time back is so essential in order for me to have
Worth
the
it.
me time that I need.
Mhm.
Hey, I might have to stretch my budget a little differently now, but it is so worth it
Mhm.
because I am so much happier realizing like that I have time for myself. Like if I want to just go out or if I just want to scroll on my phone, I feel like I have that autonomy now and I don't feel guilty. I don't feel like, man, I really could be prepping something for my kids. I mean, I could, but nah.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I'd rather not.
These TikToks are actually
Like,
more fun.
you know,
So,
honestly, like, I mean, my kids are 2 and 1. They're not gonna really
Mhm.
care that I didn't prep a activity for them for the next day. They
Yeah.
are going with the flow just as much as I am. And I think that's another, like, just having more realistic set of expectations for myself and for everybody around me, just really lowering my expectations,
Yeah.
but still having a standard, if that makes sense. Um, like when people, want to come around my kids, that's fine for sure. Like, I don't mind. I don't feel like I have to, beg people to come around my kids. If you want to come around, come around. But when you're around, be present with them, like really be engaged with them.
Mhm.
Um, and don't expect them to just know who you are off bat. Like they take time to warm up to people. If they haven't seen you, that's why they acting like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that second child is a little funny acting, but that first one, if she knows you and she's familiar with you, she's gonna like, she's gonna be cool with you. But if she don't know you, I can't be mad at her for like not wanting to give someone a hug or not wanting to
Mhm.
embrace somebody. Like I tell her, no, you don't have to. It's okay. I think it's also giving motherhood is giving language to say like I'm sorry or it's okay or
Mhm.
you're entitled to those feelings. I think these are all just new things for me as even an adult, like things I just learned how to say within the last 5 years.
So, how did your relationship with your partner evolve after having children?
Um, oh, that's tough. That's a tough one there. Um, man, I feel like we became more partners in parenting instead of partners in love in a way.
Mhm.
And I realized like it's something very common. Most people are just they go through that as well. And it really, and maybe because we did two back to back, that really just kind of compounded the like turning into roommates and just like we're just existing just as parents. And we didn't really prioritize us anymore. So I think our relationship definitely took a just a different turn when we had kids. Things just it evolved into something else, and I'm kind of just glad that at least we were friends and then became partners and then became parents because it allows us to go kind of volley back and forth through all of
Mhm.
those through parenting. And kind of just go with the ebbs and flow of, all right, this season, hey, whatever
Yeah.
we on, we on. And it's like you
Yeah.
kind of just, I've just learned to just be okay with it. Um, because it's temporary. Our kids are not going to be young forever. One day, maybe it'll be just us again. Cool. But until then, just really trying to embrace the stage that we're in and see where we've come from.
Mhm. So, did you experience any postpartum depression or postpartum anxiety with either of your pregnancies?
Definitely. I think postpartum depression and anxiety in my first. And I think just more anxiety with my second, and just a different level of this just got real with two kids. Like
Mhm.
something about going from one to two just seemed real adult like, and
Mhm.
I don't feel like I'm really the adult in the room yet. Cause what? I don't know what I'm doing. What? I,
Relatable.
I I I just got here 30 some years ago.
Mhm.
I'm just a girl. I don't know.
You're like, I'm a
Um,
teenager.
but okay, I still got teenage face. Um, fuck. But I definitely definitely experienced postpartum with my first for sure. Like, and it took me a while to see it, just
Mhm.
look back like, wow, that's what that was. That's what that feeling was of just always feeling anxious, always feeling nervous, always just kind of sad and not really knowing why. And
Mhm.
not because of anything in particular, just everything all at once. And just kind of realizing like what you expect motherhood to feel like is nothing what it really feels like. Like it's them lonely moments, those isolating moments where like you want to be included in whatever your friends are doing, but also
Mhm.
I'm probably leaking milk. I haven't showered in 2 days. I didn't even
Yes.
brush my teeth today. Do I really want to be in somebody's face or do I want somebody in my face? Like, yeah, I want my friends to come over, but then I don't want to have to host them. I don't want to have to entertain them because I'm drained. Like,
Mhm.
and really battling with just the two worlds of just I'm a mom now, but who was I before a mom? And trying to get back to that, realizing
Yeah.
there is no
You
getting
can't.
back to that. That's gone.
Mhm.
It took me until having my second, honestly, to really see like that phase of life is gone. You have to grieve
Yeah.
that. I think grieving is a lot of the depression aspect because you're just grieving who you were, who you thought you would be, what you thought just motherhood and everything that comes with it would look like. And um, I think I just felt robbed during my first like postpartum experience. I just felt like this is not it. Like, and people keep having kids. Like this
Yeah,
not
people
it.
have. And when I always think of them, that one white fam. I'm sorry. I mean, they are white though. The 17s, the Duggars.
Hmm.
Like
Just
y'all kept having kids.
it, it made me think like, am I just a bad person that doesn't get to experience a good postpartum? Because what?
Mm-hmm.
And I felt the same about pregnancy. Like people that love their pregnancy can't relate, hated it. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Um, and I would say with my second, I experienced more just anxiety, just from feeling like I have a lot to do now. Like there's a lot just more on my plate with just adding another person. It's adding more laundry, more dishes,
Mm-hmm.
more all the domesticated things that I realized too. I never wanted to be as domesticated as motherhood turned me into. And now I feel like I'm kind of finding a balance between fighting that back because I don't want to cook and clean every day. It's no, thank you.
And we're only 2 years in. Like they gotta
I'm not
eat for the
doing
next
it
16 years.
every day.
Right. Every day, three
I
meals.
stopped like making myself feel bad for going to get McDonald's or going to get Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm.
If I go there every day, I don't care. I feel good. I'm happy. My kids are fed. Hey, that that's all I can do right now because trying to keep it all together, there's just not enough hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I realize that, like, especially with me being a doula now, like, I see there's just never enough hands. You can never have enough help.
Yeah. Um. So, what's the anxiety? Did it heighten even more once you started Me Time Mama and adding another thing onto your plate? Granted, it is more of a passion thing, but like, did you still
Mm.
feel that heightened anxiety?
Um, Not that I think I eased anxiety because I was doing more things that kept the thoughts away. I was keeping
Mm-hmm.
myself more busy with things that I wanted to do and things I was interested in. And that kept the just thoughts out of my head or just feeling guilty. I think a lot of that
Mm-hmm.
came with um, not free time, but too much just idle time and not really giving myself tasks every day and not putting things on my calendar. I think that is what gives me more anxiety when I have everything up here and I don't write anything down because then I feel like I'm
Mm-hmm.
always forgetting something. And yeah, you're going to.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to remember and then you don't even give yourself that grace to not remember because you have it all up here. And it's just a a nice little cycle that I feel like I was able to cut down on once I started the
Mhm.
Me Time Mama, because it was like, no, I'm writing in my wellness planner every day. I'm telling myself I'm doing this, and then I'm
Mhm.
actually going back and doing it. Oh my God, I feel so accomplished. Like, who
Mhm.
cares what my kids ate today? I did push-ups.
I did
Like,
push up.
that's how my days would go. Like, I
Mhm.
mean, I'm sure they ate, they cool, but I did something for myself today. Like, because I just think about I mean, every day they're gonna want to eat, and that's never gonna change. So it's like I have to start thinking of stuff that I want to do. Otherwise, I'm just gonna fall into the trap of
Yeah.
kidisms all day, every day. I don't want to do that. As much as I
And
love
then they
being a
ain't gonna
mom,
eat what you make.
it,
So you might as well get the chicken nuggets
might as well get that
or
cereal
throw
and
them in the
milk.
air fryer. Yeah.
That cereal and milk gonna do it. Oh, you don't want this? Cereal and milk it is. And I feel like I had to learn, like, that's okay. You tried.
Yeah.
They didn't want
It
it.
irritates the hell out of me, but to your point, like I'm not about to fight with you. Like,
I'm not doing that because that even adds on to like just feeling like, oh my God, I'm not a good parent because they didn't like what I
mhm.
like. They're toddlers. They are a menace to society, okay? They are here to wreck your brain.
Uh,
Because to not want the dinner I just spent the hour making and
and that's
then kiss on
delicious.
me
Also,
and tell me you love me? How? How do you love me if you don't eat the food I just made? How,
because you made them a bowl of cereal afterwards.
and that right there is just I have to be okay with these things because now I realize
Mhm.
like I'm going through everything back to back. So my oldest is getting independent, but then my youngest doesn't want to pull away just yet. She still want to be a
Mhm.
baby a little bit. But she's also been up under us more than my oldest was. So it's like just finding that balance of, okay, all right. Yeah, but you still gotta yeah, you gotta grow up too. Yeah, everybody gotta grow up. We all gotta grow up, bro.
Mm.
You can't be a baby forever.
Yeah, I wish I could.
I know to be
If
taken
somebody could just pay
care
my
of.
bills, feed me, all the things, it would be great.
I
Um,
wish.
my brain is mush. Okay. Um, I don't think I asked you this. Was it hard for you to verbalize what you needed postpartum? Like what type of support you needed?
Yeah, yeah. I think part of it is just not knowing what you need.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm learning that sometimes giving me too many options when I don't already know what I want,
Mm-hmm.
just do it. I don't know. Just do it. Don't give me options of
Yeah.
and I try to take that into work when I do things. I don't even give them options. Say, this is what I'm gonna do. And I'm like, wow, that helps because then there's no guesswork. I don't have to figure out X, Y, and Z. It's no, this is A, B, C, and that's
Mm-hmm.
it. Um, and I am just kind of healing myself through working. Like, dang, now I get what I wanted because I didn't know what I want, but I wanted somebody else to just come in and do
Right.
instead of asking because what? Like, don't,
It's already enough going on in your head, and it's
just
like I don't
don't
feel
add on
like
to it.
thinking about nothing else,
What is it called?
anything
It's
else.
this like decision exhaustion or something like
Yeah.
that. I said, wow, that makes a lot of sense because I get tired of making
Paralysis. Oh,
decisions.
paralysis. Is paralyzation a word? Paralysis. Paralysis. Decision paralysis.
That
Something like
that
that.
sound about right. Cause
Paralyzation is crazy. Um. Okay. And I know this is a complete rewind, but how did your platonic relationships evolve?
ooh, I man, it's almost like more weeding. I feel like I've already like kept a nice core group of people,
Mm-hmm.
just platonic friends, and I feel like just adding the larger my family gets that I made. everything else just kind of gets smaller and less people. Um, and it's a protection for myself, protection for my kids, protection for my entire family. Because it's just easier also to just deal with less people, less personalities when you already have two little ones right there. Like those are the people I'm raising, and
Mm-hmm.
I need as little chaos as possible around them, around me, because that peace, like I feel like it really does come with just too many people around. Like I don't see how people can have 13 best friends. I got one in a possible, and that possible, it depends
Possible
on.
hanging on by a thread.
And it's not even nothing personal. It's just today we might be best friends. Tomorrow, I just might not respond to your text right. I might not
Mm-hmm.
respond to the next day because I just don't feel like it. And it's nothing personal. I promise. I ain't feel like talking today.
Mm-hmm. I feel like having two kids make me a terrible texter. I think that's the
Yeah.
way to say that. I will. And what's funny, I mean, I used to get back to people really quick,
Hmm.
but I forget you text me in a minute. Like I'll think I responded, and then I'm like, why didn't this person respond? And it's because I did
Because
not
that
respond to them.
response is sitting right there in my head or in in
Mm-hmm.
in the box, and
Yeah, in the
just
box, the person.
like,
But
oops.
yeah. Um, and so this, I feel like you might have touched on this, but how did you manage to maintain a sense of self? Or how are you managing, I guess? How are you managing to maintain a sense of self during this journey?
Um, it's really for me about changing what the norm is for motherhood, really putting myself first.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it can be as simple as me making sure I get up 4:30 a.m., go to the gym. That way when I get home, I can shower, everybody is still asleep. I can get me something to eat before everybody wakes. I can brush my teeth. Um, and really just doing for me before I do for anybody else to start my day. Um, And it's like, I don't think my kids would really care if I delay their breakfast 20 minutes so that I can go do
Mm-hmm.
yoga real quick. I don't think they really care. So I just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. And if it goes haywire, cool, I'll deal with that. But more times out of like 9 times out of 10, it really doesn't make a
That's
difference
fine.
to them. And it makes me see like, wow, okay, I can keep doing this. How much me
Mm-hmm.
time can I fit in one day? Because I will really try to push myself to the max to do everything I want to do that day because why not?
Mm-hmm.
Like every day should be some type of me time. Every day should be me pouring back into myself because I realize if I don't make that a priority, nobody else around me will either. They will
Right.
never say, and not because they're not like looking out for me or they're not thinking of my best interest. It's just they're not gonna be like, yeah, I think you should just, go ahead and take an hour to yourself. No, sometimes you have to demand it to make it a norm. And then it's like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, go
Mm-hmm.
ahead and take your nap. You deserve that. Like, yes, I do. And I
Mm-hmm.
will.
Before you had that mindset, did you have, I guess mom guilt would be the word when it came to like leaving the children with your husband or with your other support system? Like, oh, I need to get back to them.
Um, I would have it sometimes, but maybe because I'm so introverted, most times I'm like, they cool,
Mm.
they are fine, they are somewhere safe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried because they are fine. Um, and I think just yeah, maybe because they're so young, I would just have just a slight anxiety about, okay, like they can be a lot to handle at once for just, somebody that's not around kids a lot
Mm-hmm.
or just two little people are just a lot to deal with. So sometimes I would have a slight mom guilt, but most times it'd be like, nah, I'm good. I
They
can
are.
stay out an extra 30 minutes actually. Let me dilly dally a little longer because how often am I gonna get this chance? And
You don't know when it's gonna come back up.
like
It's like I'm gonna take this.
I'm gonna take I've taken full advantage. I haven't gotten to the point where
Oh shit.
I haven't traveled since I've
Mm-hmm.
had two kids. I think I went somewhere when I was 4 months postpartum with my first, but I haven't been anywhere without both of them yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm putting that on my calendar to probably do maybe early next year. So just even if it's a 24-hour or something,
Right.
just go and I'll be back and y'all will be just fine. And really just seeing like, yeah, they might ask for me throughout the day. They might cry for me to go to not, go to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
but eventually the day got to end. So they will be
Yeah.
okay.
And they're gonna be sleeping fine.
They will be just fine.
And has it been hard for you, or no? I don't want to ask that. Never mind. I'm gonna reword it. Um, what does it look like for you when it comes to enforcing boundaries for your children and your family in general?
Oh man, it looks like being the villain because it's one thing to set those boundaries. It's a whole nother thing to really enforce them.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't think you gonna do that. So when you do, it be like, oh, you was serious. No, I was so serious. I don't know why you
Dead
thought I was
serious.
playing. I, if I said my kid can't have that, I really
Mm-hmm.
meant that. And then I'll take it as far as, you know what? I just won't bring my kids around you if you do stuff like that. Like it could be something,
Mm-hmm.
don't give them this type of candy. I've never given them that. And I don't want their first experience to be with somebody else just because I don't know what their reaction to that is. I don't know if you're going to watch them closely with that candy.
Mm-hmm.
And I've definitely had experiences where just family members be like, it's just a little, it's just a little drink or it's just a little candy. Yeah. And all of that could lead them somewhere that, it could lead us to the ER because you weren't paying attention. You gave them a little piece of candy that led us in the ER,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not going to be the one that has to be with them. You're
Right.
not going to be the one they cry for. So putting those boundaries in place and really sticking to them, it just makes you the bad guy. And I'm okay with that. It's all right.
Every time.
Somebody has to do it.
Yeah.
And if that means just keeping my family safe, I'm okay with being the bad guy because I don't feel wrong for it. Like I think I've just also learned in parenting, you just have to, whatever your boundary is, stick with it. Everybody else has to
Mm-hmm.
adjust, and if they don't, remove them.
Yeah.
That's one less person that you have to worry about. If you leave your kids with them, what are they going to feed them? What are they going to give them? My children don't eat pork, and it's like it's not anything new to anybody in my family. It's been that
Mm-hmm.
way since birth. So no, they can't have a little piece of bacon. Like, why would you even play with me and ask me that? Or why would you
Mm-hmm.
even pretend that you're gonna give them that? It's just not cool. And it's just be like, okay, cool, that's fine. They won't be at your house.
This is the
Okay,
last visit you get.
this is it. Because why would you even do that? Like, that just
Yeah.
shows that you don't respect me as a parent. You probably think of me still as a child, especially if it's somebody,
Mm-hmm.
older than you. They just think age is the definitive thing for respect. And it's like, no, you can be older and still be what's the word?
I was like, she trying to find the right word and not
Trying to
say.
come on. You can be older and still just be
Still be respectful.
yeah, like I don't know. Like, don't think your age is bigger than mine. That means
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna respect you off that. Like, no, we're all adults. I have my own set of kids. So yeah, I have rules that come with those
Yeah.
kids. Simple. Nothing, hey, nothing too crazy, I promise. Just do
The
what I
thing though
say.
is, even if it was crazy, them your kids.
They my kids.
Follow it. Okay. So you mentioned You have two. Well, obviously, you mentioned that because this is about motherhood. You have two young children.
Hmm.
You are a postpartum doula,
Hmm.
and you run a business, and you make sure you get your me time. How do you balance all of those things?
Truly, I became my best customer.
Mm-hmm.
There's really no two ways about it. This is kind of how I know like God really ordered my steps. Because I
Mm-hmm.
started my business so that I could help the people that are around me that were mothers. I saw that they were always putting themselves on the back burner. And just as an outsider looking in, like I did polls, I did some research before I started the business just to see like what do people really need.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I feel like I created tools to help that. And then when I started my family, I had to just do a power pause, is what they call it. A nice little, all right, we just gonna take a break because real
Mm-hmm.
life is kicking in. I just didn't have the space for it. And exactly a year ago is when I was like, you know what? It's time to get back out. It's time to start it over. Or not even start over, but just jump back into it, and really start using my own things again because I realized that's something that was missing. Like I would use my
Mm-hmm.
things here and there when I could, but I didn't really zone in and like, yes, day to day. And I just saw a clear difference from like a year ago to now. Like, oh yeah, how do I fit it in? Because it's in my routine. It's something
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to doing. I make sure I'm filling out my planner, and it makes me happy. It makes me happy to just fill it out, feel like I am really using my own tools. And it comes as like a shock sometimes because it's like, wow, this is something so necessary. Like the people need this.
Yeah.
And I am just grateful that I've been able just to impact the people that I have over the last 4 years now. Because I feel like even when I wasn't even in business, I was still showing up as just
Mm-hmm.
myself. And I think that alone has carried me through where people are now like, oh, I can see why you're still doing that. Like, it's not just something you just thought of and just did one day just to make a quick buck. Like, no, y'all, I'm
Yeah.
really in this for the long haul because people will always have babies. This will ever
Mm-hmm.
forever be something that people need. And I'm okay with just the slow road getting there because I'd rather show like the consistency of, yeah, I use my own things and that's how I can do all this. There's no real secret.
Mm-hmm.
There's no magical button that I push. It's literally just the consistency of showing up for myself every day and putting it on paper because I have to visually see, all right, this is how my mood was this month. This is how, um, these are the goals I set for myself. Or these are the coloring pages that I did this month.
Mm-hmm.
It's like every coloring page takes a couple hours. So that means if I did 3 pages, that means I took almost, 7 hours just to color that month. Like,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Most people are not putting their phones down to even do things like that. So it's really just using my own products because that's the only way to show it really worked. There's
Mm-hmm.
no real recipe besides doing it.
And I remember one of the things I wanted to talk to you about.
Mhm.
I wanted you to talk to us a little bit, and by us, I mean, you know, what I mean, me and the listeners, about your products as well as I see you have the Me Time consultation because that word was about to beat my ass. I don't know why. So if you can tell the listeners, I know you mentioned just briefly how you had the coloring pages and things like that, but specifically the Me Time consultation as well. If you can tell the listeners about that and what that looks
Yeah.
like.
So a me time consultation is just someone booking, I believe it's a 45-minute session with me where beforehand I'll ask them just questions about just their life, their day to day, things they want to do for themselves, what's stopping them. And then I basically put together just a plan of action for us to go over during the consultation. And these are either activities I think you should, implement, or like my latest client, I implemented a staycation for her every three
Mm-hmm.
months because it's something simple, it's doable, and I was like, it has to be a staycation in your town, but stay at a different place, stay in a different area of your town each time. So that way
Mm-hmm.
it's a little different. You're not getting bored of it. And it's like little things like that that people don't even think to do. Like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't afford that. Like, yeah, you really can. You really can. There's some just finesse to it, but
Yeah.
it's really about setting aside that time and being intentional. And that's pretty much what the consultation is, making your time more intentional so that we are putting your time back into you instead of pouring into everyone else. Because then when do you get to recharge?
Yeah.
We plug that phone in every time it hit that 5%. When it hit that 5%, we go plug that phone in, don't we? But when our bodies hit that 5%, we just, oh, we gonna keep going and get a Red Bull. No, you need
And
to
then
sit
crash.
down. You need to sit down and have
Yes.
some me time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really just what the consultation is, finding the little times and days of where you can really pour into yourself and holding you accountable to it. Because I make people check in weekly with me after our consultation for about a month.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really just to show them, like, hey, I'm not just giving you this as just busy work. Like, no, I'm really
Mm-hmm.
checking in to see if you're actually doing the things that you said you were going to do. Because that right there, if you're not going to do them, then it's not going to work. You're going to think you wasted your time because you're not doing them.
Yeah.
Just showing that accountability to people, I think, drives it a little further. Like, yes, I can do this. Someone is going to ask me every Sunday, what did I do this week for myself?
Right.
And I don't know if that haunts them or not, but I love to do it.
They may need the haunting.
They, they may need the hunting. And it's like, if you need that for a couple months, that's
Mm-hmm.
okay. It's okay. It doesn't, I think people also think like, I got this way overnight. This is
Right.
years in the making of me being able to schedule all of these things and make it all work. This is not an
Mm-hmm.
overnight sensation at all. And I think everybody is so used to instant gratification that it's
Yes.
like, no, you may need a consultation for the first 6 months or a month on, month off, and then, we figure out a game plan. Because by
Mm-hmm.
then you're like, okay, I got a routine. I know for certain people, like if I have a mom that is a sports mom, certain months of the year, yeah, it's gonna be harder for her to have me time. But we're gonna fit it in anyway. It's gonna be, you might be tired during that me time, but we're gonna fit it in. It might have to be Saturday morning, 5 a.m. before you do all your kids stuff from
Mm-hmm.
7 to 9 at night. You're gonna have to do it though, because otherwise you go that whole day doing everything for your kids, and you're like, at the end of the day, dang, I didn't do nothing for myself. But if you start the day with that, it's like, oh, okay, I feel
And you're a
good. Now I
better
can
mommy.
tackle. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I feel good. I can tackle whatever these kids throw in my way today because I already had my me time, and it just makes everything else more enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. And my last question for you. What is your piece of advice to mothers that are entrepreneurs or hoping to become one?
Don't give up. Don't let any thought of your mind, I can't do this, make you actually quit. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it is definitely tough, but it's so rewarding when I just impact people on just a small level. Like for me, it's really about connecting with people, building a community.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, just when people tell me like, oh, I take Wednesdays for self-care for myself now. It's like, man, you do that every Wednesday because I said so? What? Like that's an impact that like I didn't even think I could possess and could give to other
Mm-hmm.
people. Um, and just seeing people on their motherhood journey and knowing how deep in the trenches you can really get and to pull yourself up out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough being an entrepreneur because every day you're not making money. It's don't think it's that. You really have to be in it for whatever your passion is, and the money will always come. The blessings will always
Mm-hmm.
come. The opportunities will always come. People will put your name into rooms that you don't even think you deserve to be in. And it's such a blessing to be able to, I don't know, just do something that really fulfills you rather than just fills your pockets.
Yes.
It's it's just a different type of like, wow, okay, I can really do this every day and I don't have to turn it off. And it's also a gift and a curse. It doesn't turn off because I feel like
Mhm.
I'm always going to represent my brand, so it's always thinking like, okay, how do people perceive me? What does my image online look like? You know, um, so it's definitely a two-edge, type of thing where I love the flexibility of doing it, but also sometimes I cry because, dang, like, what if this doesn't work? And then I have to snap
Mhm.
myself out of that so quick because, yeah, it's not going to work if you think it's not going to work, because then you're not even going to work on it. So, yeah, it's not going
Mhm.
to work if you think that. But when I just do things like this, it's like, yeah, I'm on the clock right now for myself. And it's like, this wouldn't happen if I didn't have the Me Time Mom, if I didn't have Precise Peace. These
Right.
opportunities wouldn't even come about. So it's just like you never know where your entrepreneurship will take you, and just be okay with whatever is on that journey, because it's part of your testimony. Like I can't wait to write a book one day because nobody will believe all of the things.
Mhm. Okay. So those are the questions that Niger has. Is there anything that you wanted to share that you feel that I missed? Or I don't know why I say it that way, but you know what I'm saying. Is there anything else that you would like to share?
um, Real simple, real cute. To all the mamas, you deserve me time. That's it.
Mhm. Okay. Well, Tati, thank you so much for joining me today and
Thank you.
start Sorry. I crack myself up sometimes. My brain is blanking already. Listeners, follow Tati on Instagram at TheMeTimeMama. As she mentioned, she has a wellness planner. She has a shirt that she has on right now, which I think you can
You can
customize.
put your kids' names. Those are my daughter's names.
It's really cute, and it's about to be cold outside.
Okay.
Not about to be. It is cold outside. And she has a self care planner as well, and the Me Time consultation. So follow her, check out her products and her website. Follow me with a page, broadcast, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I don't know how I do this every time. On TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. And if you know anyone that's pregnant or you're pregnant, feel free to get the journal that I would just put out, the guided journal. It is linked in the bio on the Instagram page, and the link will also be in this description. That is the end of the episode. Okay, bye.